Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable.
Associate sponsor, Frederic Constant Geneve.
We're today at the city of the Nawabs and the Kebabs. A city whose changing landscapes has seen many faces and rulers walk its path. A city that's famous for its Pehle Aap culture. The Line Caravan today pit stops at Lucknow. Situated amongst the lush 200 acres on the outskirts of the city, IIM Lucknow has been climbing the ranks amongst the top B schools in the country. The institution, the fourth of the IIMs to be established, is today serving as a mentor institution to the newly established IIM Rohtak and IIM Kashipur. IIM Lucknow's stint at Line hasn't been all that easy. The institute stood 4th in Season 1, 7th in Season 2 and finished last in Season 3, climbed up to the 12th place in Season 4 and were 11th in Season 5. Will the institute continue on its upward curve this year? Let's wait and watch. Stand-up comedy in India is a sector that's still underneath the covers. Plenty to be explored and very few players in the market. Yet its reach is immense. All India Bakchod, India's favourite comedic collective, is that crossroad where the country's most heard podcast, the best-selling live group, and one of India's top 20 YouTube channels meet. AIB is today widely considered as the premier comedic tour de force across multiple platforms of media. The challenge for our team is to help position AIB as a source of premium and unique comedy, digitally and live. Help the brand break free from the clutter of other comedy performances that are taking center stage on different platforms and devise strategies to ensure and incentivize people to stay home for life. With that, it's time to meet our top two teams from IIM Lucknow. We've got All and Opulent. We have a little team challenge for you. What you need to do is make a parody on Swachh Bharat. Okay, you guys have already been given the time to ideate. It's now time to implement your ideation and show us what you've got. Are you ready? Yes. So let's start with Team Oldmore. Okay. All the best.
Hi everyone, we're the team The Old Monks from IIM Lucknow and we're going to be presenting our take on the Swachh Bharat campaign. This is a tale of transformation and we hope you enjoy it.
यार मेरा सुपरस्टार देसी कलाकार दारू और सट्टे में इसका संसार इसके रूम के फ्लोर पे कपड़े हजार एकदम से आ गई मोदी सरकार 2 अक्टूबर आते ही भूल गया ये तो ड्राई डे अब तो इट्स ओनली झाड़ू कटका एंड पोंछा ऑल द वे 2 अक्टूबर आते ही भूल गया ये तो ड्राई डे अब तो इट्स ओनली झाड़ू कटका एंड पोंछा ऑल द वे तू मेरी झाड़ू मैंने फर्श पे है मारा तुझे आमिर सचिन ने भी टीवी पर है चलाया तुझे यार मेरा सुपरस्टार देसी कलाकार दारू और सट्टे में इसका संसार इसके रूम के फ्लोर पे कपड़े हजार एकदम से आ गई मोदी सरकार एक काम कर तू साफ कर ले पैहे फिर साफ कर झाड़ू रख लिया पर भूली ना तू पहुंचा हूँ अपना फॉलो साफ कर और साफ कर अबे करना और सुन होल्ड ऑन इजी तू डरना टेक योर चड्डी स्वेट शर्ट तेरा रद्दी सा टी शर्ट जिपर या स्लीपर तेरे फ्रिज पे लग गया स्टिकर वे पंखा तो बंद कर मेरे लिए तू लिख कर करना तू बिकर जस्ट डू इट एवरीथिंग क्विकर एक्साइटेड मैदा गले साला पाके आंदा है एक्साइटेड मैदा गले साला पाके आंदा है यार मेरा सुपरस्टार था वो कलाकार कुड़िया के वास्ते बन गया जमादार ठार मेरा सुपरस्टार था वो कलाकार कुड़िया के वास्ते बन गया जमादार.
This is the Old Monk signing off. Thank you.
That was very interesting. It's now time to see what Team Opulent's got to show us. Are you all good to go? Yes. Start.
चार बोरी कूड़ा फेंकता मैं रोज का, ना मुझको कोई रोके ना किसी की परवाह। चार बोरी कूड़ा फेंकता मैं रोज का, ना मुझको कोई रोके ना किसी का परवाह। सारा टाइम मैं रहूं बाहर, झाड़ू लगाऊं लगातार, थोड़ा कूड़ा रह भी जाए कैबिनेट वाले कर दे साफ।
मैं सुपरस्टार पर काम मेरा बाकी यार, जरूर से तो ना हो पाया, मैं मचा दूंगा यार।
नमो का मैं वफादार, पर ये रोड तो साफ है यार, ब्रिंग सम कूड़ा फ्रॉम घर बार। फेसबुक के लिए बनाओ वीडियो चार। Have been littering all our lives,
but we will clean everything tonight.
We won't carry it all our lives, we wanna see results in one night.
So we've seen both the teams present their respective parodies, and on the basis of that, we've decided that Team Old Monk has won this challenge. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
As a reward for winning this challenge, what you guys get is, you get to decide who presents first in front of the jury tomorrow. Would you like to take a minute and discuss that?
Right. We'll go first.
Great. So Team Old Monk is going to present first, and then you guys next. With that, it's time to take a short break. On the other side, we'll see Team Old Monk make their presentation first in front of the jury tomorrow. You're watching the IIM Lucknow Campus Round on Line 6. Stay tuned.
Associate sponsor, Frederic Constant Geneve.
Welcome back. You're watching the IIM Lucknow Campus Round on Line 6. Before we call both our teams to present, let me introduce you to our judges for the day. Anand Rangaswamy from CNBC TV 18, Gursimran Khamba, co-founder of All India Bakchor, Professor Satya Bhushan Das, chairperson, Center for Marketing in Emerging Economies from IIM Lucknow, Dheeraj Arora, regional manager, Central Region from HUL. It's time for Team Old Monks to present their solutions to the case study by AIB. Welcome team, you know the rules. 3 minutes to make your presentation, and at the end of that we'll sound the buzzer indicating end of time. And that will be followed with a question and answer session with the jury. Ready? Your time starts now.
To recommend how AIB can charge a premium, we conducted primary exploratory research like FGDs and interviews, used association techniques and talked to stand-up comedians like Nitin Gupta to derive the following insights. Firstly, the awareness about the stand-up format of AIB was low. Secondly, the content was satire based on current trends. Thirdly, players like TVF also created similar content indicating low differentiation. Fourthly, willingness to pay a premium for the stand-up format remains low as the online and offline content is perceived to be very similar. Fifthly, the brand of humor is considered cool and resonates with the TG. Sixthly, revenue generation is via YouTube ads and the occasional PR compensation from featuring celebs. These are the insights that we gathered from talking to our TG and conducting primary research. I shall now correlate each of these insights with our proposed solution. Firstly, awareness can be built by publicizing existing associations like content generation for Filmfare, which will also build credibility. Recall can be increased by naming every performance and maintaining archives. From the interviews, we gathered that awareness about merchandise was very low, with no unaided recall and around 5% aided recall. Potential merchandise options about instead of besides t-shirts included short glasses, zippers, posters, lighters, laptop skins, phone cases, mugs, bags and slippers. We recommend that merchandising and its pricing be outsourced to established players like Bewakoof.com and AIB concentrate on its core competence. Also, Alexa ranking of AIB's website is low and the site doesn't even feature in the top 10 Google search results. A Catch Them Young approach of performing at premier institutions will help gain access to a 1,000+ audience. This will lead a high conversion ratio by developing loyalists early on who will later on have the capacity to afford premium entertainment options.
Next, the willingness to pay can be increased by building separate brands and content for online and offline consumption while retaining AIB as the umbrella brand. This addresses the viewer's concern that why should I pay more for the live show when the same stuff is available online? The online presence is a must for recall, but to make the audience pay more, content of live shows must be different, which breaks free from the online clutter of parodies and stands for something different. Thirdly, dependencies on current trends for content generation needs to be reduced. Even the most successful AIB video, Genius of the Year, had a life of only 1 month. Having timeless content on the lines of, say, George Carlin would likely to address this issue. Fourthly, differentiation can be built by developing a proprietary act which will lend a high recall value, something along the lines of the association between Russell Peters and somebody gonna get a hurt real bad.
To build and further the culture of stand-up comedy in India, we propose that AIB associate itself with the experience of bars and pubs. Also, we propose that instead of a 2-hour show for rupees 2,000, as was mentioned in the case landing, they adopt a 1-hour show approach where there are 40 minutes of new content and 20 minutes of content which is borrowed from previous shows. This reduces pressure on rapidly responsive content generation because it now gives us 3 shows from content which is meant for 2 shows. Stand-up comedians like Atul Khatri charge 500 for a 1-hour show. Since AIB is more popular, we suggest a premium of rupees 750 for a 1-hour show.
You know, when you first got this case, did you question the case at all? Did you question the brief? Did you say this is a rubbish brief? Did you feel the need to say that?
Yeah, because around us we had noticed that the culture of stand-up comedy and the willingness to pay a premium for it moreover doesn't exist. So, and moreover these were, the content is aimed at people like us, people who are young, who fall within that particular age bracket, belong to a certain SEC category and come from certain areas. So, we just put ourselves in the roles of the kind of people who are aimed at being targeted through these stand-up comedy.
So, did you reject the brief is what I'm saying? Did you accept the brief?
We accepted the brief because we understood that there would be a low willingness to pay for a stand-up live show act.
And will you pay now with your solution? Will you pay what your colleague is recommending?
So
I can't see that happening.
So this is to be read in conjunction with our other suggestion of performing at premier institutions, because right now, if like Mr. Khamba will perform
what is premier?
Like people from institutions from where once people graduate, they'll be getting good paychecks and they will have a certain disposable income which they will be able to spend on higher entertainment options.
That is after they graduate, not before they graduate.
Yeah, so that's our catch them young policy.
Just in terms of research, the last show that we did, the tickets were anyway priced at 1,000 rupees, which we sold over 18,000 tickets. So obviously people are willing to pay higher than the 750 rupee sweet spot that you have put out there, and that's obviously 18,000 people who have spent that 1,000 rupees. So the question, the reason I asked you about premium is sort of following up on what he said, is that if people are willing to pay, say for example, 4,500 rupees for a Russell Peters, is it only because of frequency that you found out? Because that was one of the reasons.
No, not only because of frequency. Obviously, the brand image which the performer carries is also a very crucial component. So Russell Peters is also an established international name. But when you compare AIB versus something like Atul Khatri, I think AIB, the strengths that we were able to list down, those favor premium pricing by AIB more because of the celeb connection, which is a huge factor as to why AIB is perceived glamorously. Or even, for example, the fact that there are multiple performers as opposed to these Atul Khatri and Nitin Guptas who perform individually.
One of your suggestions was an app. Just in terms of why you think an app is required when essentially all that content is very easily accessible.
App is also required to promote the live shows and information about that. So suppose if I want to book tickets for a show, I should be able to book it through the AIB app and catch teasers and highlights over there, as opposed to going to book my show or say going to some other site like the Canvas Factory site or something, just to improve accessibility.
What is the major point of differentiation that those who are not frequently watching and those who are frequently watching this kind of comedy?
People between the age of 18 and 30, as we have mentioned, they are mostly either college goers or young couples who spend their after hours resting at the house. So they have a lot of free time available, and watching online shows would generally picture only when you have a lot of free time. So on the other hand, if I say someone like my parents, they would not prefer watching online shows. Also, it also depends on how averse I am to technology.
So if you were to build a campaign for building awareness for the mobility users besides the app, because app comes when you already know about it, what would be your campaign?
So when you look at cell phones, one of the steps that we can take is go the WhatsApp marketing route. So what happens with WhatsApp marketing is when I buy a SIM, say I buy a Vodafone SIM, certain numbers come pre-installed, like balance info and all those numbers come pre-installed on these SIMs, right? So once they're in my contacts list, I'll be able to find them on WhatsApp as well. And the moment I find them on WhatsApp, I can leverage WhatsApp to probably float teasers about my upcoming performances or talk about my videos which have got the highest number of views. So WhatsApp marketing, I think, is going to be a very potential medium to explore in the way forward.
Thank you, team. With that, it's time for a short break. On the other side, we'll see Team Opulency make their presentation. And we'll find out which of the two teams makes it to the semi-finals. That's up in a bit.
Associate sponsor, Frederic Constant Geneve.
Welcome back. You're watching the IIM Lucknow Campus Round on Line 6. It's time for Team Opulency to make their presentation. Welcome, team. 3 minutes to make your presentation. Give it your best. Your time starts now.
The objective is to position AIB as a differentiated premium source of digital comedy and to convert it to a well-paid live comedy.
Consumer insights. The recall value of AIB is ranked third behind TVF and pretentious movie reviews. The content is remembered more than the brand that offers it. Logo size and familiarity are critical to differentiation. TVF and AIB are considered similar in terms of language and comic element. Creating a pre-launch buzz is not a strong suit of AIB. Content is the most important attribute of a video, followed by celebrity presence. Upon a Google search, AIB website does not figure in the top suggestions. Willingness to pay by consumers for the AIB merchandise is less than the price quoted on Snapdeal. Segmentation strategy. The target audience's demography is identified as falling in the age group of 16 to 35 and having lived or is living in a metro. The audience has been further subdivided into 3 categories based on the individual's frequency of channel visits. Non-frequenters, frequenters who can't differentiate between channels, and frequenters who can.
Now we cut to recommendations for 4 major pain points. First, positioning strategy and brand salience achieved by focusing on concept differentiation. Social satire involving celebrities. Choosing a single logo and displaying it with the AIB jingle before the start of every video. Second, visibility can be increased by creating a pre-launch buzz on social media before every new video upload by anticipation, announcement, reminder and follow-up. Posting a schedule of upcoming events and providing glimpse into past events on the website. Collaborating with Google for search engine optimization of AIB website. Updating Tanmay Bhatt's website with AIB content, including the Snapdeal link offering AIB merchandise in the video description and on the website. Third, for pricing, we have classified the events as unorganized and organized. For the organized events, employ a 2-part pricing strategy with incentives to appear in video podcasts, 30% off on merchandise, and see celebrities accepting their awards. For unorganized events, leverage corporate shows and college fairs for visibility and credibility. Fourth, to involve the masses, we propose the Maha Bakchod contest, where people are asked to post a Bakchod video or idea for podcast on Facebook every week. The winners of the podcast idea will be invited to be a part of podcasts and on special occasions appear on screen along with a celebrity. The most Bakchod video will be given free tickets to live shows and discounts on AIB merchandise. Fifth, there are some other avenues that can be explored. Organizing events at wine and dine spaces like lounge and 4-star plus restaurants, approaching beer brands for sponsorship and providing complimentary drinks to the audience, reducing the duration of each podcast to 20 minutes to retain audience attention, leveraging the popularity of faking news and 9gag by tying up with them, creating free microsite on Snapdeal for increased appeal and visibility, advertising and airing AIB shows on radios for 20 to 30 minutes at peak durations of the day, especially during weekends.
During your presentation, I heard discount, 30% free. Are you kidding me? Is this a premium brand or what is it? I mean, why am I carrying price off, discount, free beer?
So the discounts are focused on the frequenters who regularly visit your website. Now, since they are regularly visiting your website already and watching your videos, it is time to move them to your merchandise, which I don't think there is much revenue from the merchandise currently, and there is not enough range also. So
discount. Sorry. What will it do? What will discount do?
So
they
discount.
Make it worse.
No.
They make less money.
No. So they are not making it. So they are making much money anyway now.
Right.
They are not making much money anyway now. Since there are many frequenters who are visiting your website, and you want them to be loyal to your website.
Another question. So beyond the using the logo, which you said, going back to like a bigger logo and the jingle, because that sort of gets diluted. Is there any other recommendation in terms of how to counter that?
Yeah, so we saw the TVF. Can we have the slide, please? That TVF versus AIB. So when TVF had their SRK video,
correct,
they designed many posters. They had such anticipation they created that people. So in like just when they uploaded, people were thronging there to watch it, right? And when we saw the AIB page, AIB Facebook page, we had just 4 textual posts, to which dilutes a lot. And Alia Bhatt video was your biggest at that time. So that is the major recommendation. As I said, that we can create a pre-launch buzz on social media before every new video upload by a 4-part model: anticipation, announcement, a reminder, and a follow-up.
When you are comparing the different competitors who are available, how do you find AIB vis-a-vis others in terms of this best concept?
So AIB is currently at par with it. So most of the competitors have started using celebrities in their videos, and they are giving ample airtime. So AIB did a video on Alia Bhatt, and not many celebrities are there. So on the celebrity part, maybe AIB is lacking, but content, they are at par. The point here is people are not able to differentiate. Even if your content is at par with TVF, people are not able to differentiate that which video is being created by whom. So the objective here was how to place it as a premium brand of comedy.
If I see the the females amongst the frequenters and the ones who can differentiate, the number of females who can do that versus the males is significantly lower. Any insight? Is it because of the content? Is it because of the appeal? Is it because of the awareness? Where is it that AIB is lacking in really holding on to the women audience?
Yes, so when we talk to the women audience, they mostly prefer watching songs or say somebody who is making fun of themselves. For example, a superwoman or somebody, or like last week tonight by John Oliver. Women prefer more of that sort of thing, which has got some information, which has got some, if you mind me saying, Gana Bajana and something of that sort. Men, on the other hand, prefer something that is current but put in a very catchy way, in a very blatant sort of way.
Alright, that's the moment that we've all been very eagerly waiting for. The winning team today wins themselves a cash prize of 50,000 rupees, the fast-track route to the pre-placement interview round at HUL, Gioni mobile phones and exciting Lime hampers. And the runners-up team wins themselves Casio watches and Lime hampers. The winner is Opulent. Congratulations. With that, it's a wrap on this episode of Live. Join us next week as we move to Jamnalal Bajaj Institute of Management Studies. Until then, from the entire team, many thanks for watching.
Associate sponsor, Frederic Constant Geneve.
Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable.